Paul, we're now live.
Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Before we get started, we'd like to begin with a brief message from Gilbert Martinez from our communications staff to our Spanish-speaking viewers. Gilbert?
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la sesión informativa con la doctora Mase. Esta sesión informativa se está transmitiendo en vivo por nuestro canal de YouTube con interpretaciones del español. Para escuchar la versión en español, puede usar el link de YouTube que se encuentra en la página de Facebook del Condado de Sonoma. Gracias. Ahora regresamos para atrás con Paul.
Great, thank you. And once again, happy birthday, Gilbert. Now I've fully embarrassed you in front of everybody. Okay. I'm Paul Gullickson, Communications Manager for the County of Sonoma. Welcome to our COVID-19 and vaccination update for Monday, February 8th. As we announced last Friday, we are beginning this week by opening vaccine eligibility to residents 70 and older, as well as to childcare workers and our agricultural workers. We'll be talking more about that in a moment. We also have some exciting news to share about some new vaccination centers that we have opening in the county over the next week. And to start us off with that, we're going to go to Supervisor Susan Gorin to share some of that information. Supervisor Gorin.
Good afternoon, Paul, and thank you. And thank you to all of you participating in the briefing this afternoon. It is important that we announce success as we move forward. And today we're announcing that we're continuing to lower the age of vaccination eligibility. As of this week, seniors 70 and older are now able to schedule vaccination appointments at one of the several sites. We know that our oldest residents have suffered the worst outcomes in this pandemic, which is why we're prioritizing them first. We began by giving those 75 and older a head start to get vaccinated. And many of our senior members have reported they've been successful in doing exactly that. And soon we'll open appointments to those 65 and older. This stair-step approach will ensure that all of our 102,000 seniors will be offered vaccinations without overwhelming the systems and leaving behind our most vulnerable. Last week, we announced a new vaccination center at the Petaluma campus of the Santa Rosa Junior College. It will open tomorrow. And I'm also excited to announce 2 more vaccination centers that will come online in the next 8 days. We'll be opening a new vaccination center at the Huerta Gym in Windsor on Wednesday. This will be operated in partnership with the Alliance Medical Center. And I'm particularly pleased to announce that a new vaccination center will be opening at the Sonoma Valley Veterans Memorial Hall beginning next Tuesday, February 16th. All 3 of these new sites will be targeting those 70 and older in our community, and all have the capacity to administer up to 300 vaccinations per day. So if you're 70 and older, you can access vaccination appointments at any of those sites. And we encourage those even older, the 75 age group, to continue to make your vaccinations. It is important to reach out to all of you. So we're very excited to get these centers open as we have a significant population of people 70 and above in our community, and we need to get them the vaccine as soon as possible. So in addition, the CVS Health has said that it will start administering vaccines to eligible populations at CVS pharmacy locations in 100 communities and across California, including the city of Sonoma, starting on February 11th. Once they're online, the county and our partners, including the 11 Safeway pharmacy clinics, will have a total of 19 vaccination centers in the county this week, including the Cloverdale Train Depot, Rohnert Park Community Center, Grace Pavilion, Oakmont Burger Center, and the Guerneville Elementary and Annalee High School. These sites are in addition to the primary healthcare providers, health centers, and clinics, all of which provide residents plenty of options to get a vaccination. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Sundari Mase, our Public Health Officer, to give an update on the pandemic. Dr. Mase?
Great, thank you so much, Supervisor Gorin, and thanks to everybody for participating today. Our case rate continues to come down, which is a positive sign, but we still remain in the most restrictive purple tier of the state blueprint for a safer economy. Sonoma County's adjusted new case rate per 100,000 residents is 21.5, which is down significantly from where it was just a couple of weeks ago, but it is still well above the 7 new cases per day per 100,000 population. We need to move into the less restrictive red tier. Our testing positivity rate is 5.5%, which would put us in the next less restrictive red tier once our case rate comes down. We also need our test positivity of those in the lowest quartile of the Healthy Places Index and measurement of the COVID-19 response equity to be below 8%. And today it is 10.8%. On a positive note, our adjusted case rate has been below 25 for 4 days straight, which is notable because if it's below 25 for 5 consecutive days, then we can start to approve school reopening plans for transitional kindergarten through 6th grade. We know that many parents would like the option to return to in-person instruction for their kids, and we are hopeful that we can get there if our case rate remains low. But that does mean that we need to continue with the healthy mitigation practices to keep our community safe, like the wearing of face coverings or masks, the maintaining of social distance, getting tested, and avoiding gatherings in groups of non-household members, and general hygiene measures. Hopefully, people heeded this advice during the Super Bowl yesterday, and with Valentine's Day coming up this weekend, we recommend once again avoiding gatherings. And Dr. Shende will give an update on our vaccination distribution strategy.
Thank you, Dr. Mase. As of today, the latest update shows that overall 67,745 vaccine doses have been administered so far in Sonoma County. The number of residents who have received their first dose is up to 43,191. The number of those who received their 2 doses is up to 12,277. In total, this means that we've provided either a first dose or 2 doses to roughly 14% of our adult population in Sonoma County. As you may remember, this whole process began about 6 weeks ago. So in 6 weeks, we have gotten to 14%, and of course, we have a long ways to go, but we're making good progress. As you know, we often refer to the percentages of our adult population being vaccinated because at the moment, there's no vaccine that has been authorized for those 16 years and younger. Several companies have begun enrolling children as young as age 12 in COVID vaccine trials, so we hope to have one available for those in that age range sometime soon. In addition to vaccinating our seniors age 70 and older, we're also beginning to vaccinate essential childcare workers and agricultural workers at targeted clinics in Sonoma County. Childcare workers are being vaccinated starting today through a clinic being sponsored by the Sonoma County Office of Education. Agricultural workers are being vaccinated through our community clinics, including West County Health Centers and Alliance Medical Center in Healdsburg. We are prioritizing our ag workers, primarily because they represent our most at-risk workers in our community because of their working environments and because they tend to live in shared multi-individual, multi-generational living situations. We know through our contact tracing efforts that most transmissions occur at home due to someone bringing it into the household from outside. We continue to encourage you to go to socoemergency.org/vaccine for up-to-date information on the progress of the rollout, as well as a complete list of the clinics that we have available, as well as how to volunteer. Please keep in mind that this website is updated daily, sometimes a couple times a day, so it really is the most up-to-date source of information. Thank you all.